Okay, how's everybody doing? It's the House of Chayton here on this fine Monday night or Monday afternoon. Excuse me. Um, Woke up not too long ago. Probably around noon. Decided to do a little follow up stream, and then and all that. Like I wasn't too late. I thought I was going to be late doing this because I was currently on the process of eating. Whatchamacallit? Don't chase the cat. My woman loves her cats. I don't really want her to have to deal with them becoming food for the dogs. Anyway, yeah. So I just wanted to do all that just to chime in with everybody, talk about what happened last night, all that because last night was a very interesting stream. I I originally titled it like "Why Haters Don't Come on Streams," and it's crazy because a hater did come in. And, you know, I know some people have questions regarding, I guess, how I talk to them, I'll say Zane Arthur. I'll put it to you, I'll say it like this. If you notice that stream, or if you go back to other streams where people ask him questions, I will not answer any stupid stuff. But if you go at him a certain way, and since he was basically begging like a dog for I guess for us to move on. Hey, Dark Man, how you doing? I was like, okay, I could use this as an example, as a thing. Again, like I don't say it. I like manipulated Arthur in this situation for my own benefit to create some more lulls worthy material. Because I wasn't expecting him just to come in and beg for me to, I guess, go our separate ways. Do you really think that I'm going to like accept any type of offering? I'm not like Mr. Let Me Talk, who's willing to make peace with a fucking Pred supporter. Like shit, even privately. Fuck that shit. For those of you who do not know, we did learn a few things. One, Mr. Let Me Talk and him are maybe not buddies, but they are on good terms, and who knows, maybe they could be friends. Which basically means that Mr. Let Me Talk is willing to overlook Pred behavior. Not surprising. Not like he's a predator himself, but it is what it is. He did. Wait. What video? Did you make a video? I know you did one on gaming. When did you do that? We also learned that he doesn't clean his kitty litter box, which I haven't had a cat in many years, like owned a cat. Like we have strays here, we feed and all this other stuff, but I don't have we don't have I haven't had a cat in a long ass time. My woman wants one, but I've tried my damnedest. What the fuck? Wish you screenshot it. I would have liked to seen it. Do you have send me the thing for the I guess when you got the notification through email or something, you don't need to give me your info or anything, but that would be interesting. Or you could even say what you said in the you could kind of give a abbreviated version of what you said there in the chat. You're a mod, so you don't have to worry about. I don't think I have too many words censored on here. And if so, any of the other mods or myself can approve it. Anyway, that's funny. It's like fuck. Like, that's why I asked Kevin, because I was just curious, because we all know Arthur makes up shit. So I just wanted to be like, okay, well, let me ask Kevin, see what he thinks, right? And so, but yeah, that's wild, Adam. Shit. Not surprising. He has a history of that. Again, I guess I thought he had so much time. Anyway, so going back to it, right? I wanted to approach Arthur since he came in begging like a dog. I wanted to approach it in a different manner. Did I spend a little too much time with him? Yes. But how many of these opportunities do I have? You know. Oh, okay. Yeah, I thought, if I remember that guy's a weirdo, and all that. But yeah, I wanted to, since an opportunity was presented, I wanted to exploit it. I am an opportunist, after all. I've never really denied that. If an opportunity that I deem like fit for whatever I'm doing, hell, even the meaning of the stream actually was perfect for it. Now there was one incident that luckily has been resolved. I did publicly apologize to Mr. Money and all that stuff. He did reach out in the comments and accepted it, and we'll be talking again very soon. So like, I'm glad that was, because that was one thing I really didn't want to, because I'm not trying to start new issues with anybody, right? That's how I am, and I like, right now, like I said, there's only really two people that have current issues with me. Everybody else either has moved on or we've agreed to go our separate ways and all that other stuff. And most of the fuckers I've agreed to move their separate ways, it was just a fact of moving on. Like I said, with the Arthur stuff, it's fun to me. It's fun to fuck with him. And like I said, like him, like, like I go with things a different route regarding certain matters, right? I go a more meticulous route. I go more of a psychological route. I openly admitted to, or like, and that was so funny to me. I openly told him he was my guinea pig. He was my test. I wanted, like, and like I said, like me asking it, like being a little more nonchalant, was asking him certain questions that got good results. Like, for example, him openly admit he still plays video games. Again, I get it from the point that some of these things we know. And also, I'll put it to you this way, right? I know some people will be like, yeah, that's why it was never going to happen. I wanted to give him that false sense of security to where he could answer some questions. Hey, what's up, Nick? To me personally, like a lot of these guys who are fucking, like, I've given multiple, like, I even told Arthur last night, and I told him this months ago. If he just, like, if he mainly focused his vitriol against Sloppy and Zexio, that would have been, they could handle themselves. I'm not going to go and fight their battles. I am, I would have gladly, like, the only thing I would have done, it doesn't, Nick, it doesn't. I would have gladly not said anything. Like, granted, was I going to tell people? Was I going to tell others about it just so and all that? Yes. Was I going to lay down the law with them? Especially after the shit Arthur would say later on. Yes. Oh, I get you, Kevin. I get you. That's why there was never going to be a peace thing with Arthur. It was more so manipulating the situation with him to give him a false sense of security. For me, he did. I openly said he had 15 minutes. I actually even gave him more than he deserved. Like I did give him a one-on-one. I think I told him 20 or 15 minutes, but I think I extended it to 20. Because I knew once others were going to come in, it was going to go haywire. And that's fine. That was like, it was just the matter of giving him that false sense of security in regards to talking about things. And again, one-on-one, we had one-on-ones at the beginning when he came in and at the end. There was never going to be a resolution, unfortunately. There was never going to be one. A resolution. And to be fair, to the cards to the stream right now, I figured as much. Yeah, I didn't know if you were still subscribed with your other account. I know you're subscribed with one of your accounts, or at least you were. I don't know. And what? Give me a second. Messaging Mr. Beauregard. Okay. Oh, you're okay. I get it. Okay, I get what you mean. Honestly, for the lulz, a lot of people enjoyed that stream last night. That was like, and to be fair, I wasn't even expecting him to come on. That was the shocking part for me. I wasn't even really. And I'll put the link on for a little bit. I'm not expecting to go live that long, but I will also say that but yeah, so that was the whole point was for me to get some stuff out of him that he normally wouldn't give out. Like the whole thing of him admitting that he doesn't change his cat's litter box. The whole thing with kind of making it like basically making a point to point out the fact that he can literally. Yeah, it was Nick. You need to watch last night's stream. That was a funny one too. Almost ended in more chaos, but like I said, Money and I talk like we'll definitely be talking soon. But we mended that fence, which is good. Because like I said, I'm not trying to start any. And see, I don't like. The only thing they could do is take your channel down, and let's be honest, like, was that going to even accomplish? I don't think they realize that it fucking. It's like Eric Lima. They're not all there. Yes, but does that like does that justify them saying the fucked up shit they've said? I'm more so referring to Arthur. Like, I could be completely retarded and I could go and shoot out a place. Like, I guess if I'm completely retarded, I will agree with you on that. I will agree with you on that, Kevin. I may not be Kevin or Eric's biggest fan, but I will agree with that. He has his issues, but he regardless of whether I think he's going to uphold his word regarding doing better, at least unlike Arthur, he can admit when he is wrong. I will at least get that. But anyway, but like if I'm fucking retarded and I go and shit all a place, right? I guess I get a pass because I'm retarded, right? That's what I'm saying. Like just because they're not all there does not give them the leeway to do whatever the fuck they want. That is a fact. You cannot fucking fucking dispute that. Oh, you're an OG. You've been watching for a while. Okay. They've done it for years. Yes, but they've like okay, so for example, Jordan has said stupid shit. I've called him out on that shit in the past. Eric has said stupid shit. I've called him out. Arthur has said stupid shit. I've called that out too, publicly and privately. Hell, I've said stupid shit and I've been called out. Sup, Leon? You know, my point is that I like a fucking great example. Leon has said some shit. I've called him out. I've talked to him behind the scenes and publicly. You know, I think the difference is now with Jordan and Eric. I will say that they, whether or not it's basically putting Band-Aid on a gunshot wound, they'll still do the stupid shit they do. They look like they at least try to admit when they are wrong. I will give them that. Whether it means anything at the end is irrelevant. They try. Nick, another great example. Nick has said some stupid shit. He's atoned for it and he's not done it again. The thing is that we've all, you can't, agreed. That's another thing too. Like truth be told, like as far as I know, Jordan or Eric have not said anything regarding, oh, it's the kid's fault that this happens or whatever, right? Neither of them have admitted to hitting their mothers. So it's the idea that it's not only the fact that if you compare the three, like here's the biggest thing outside of everything. With Arthur, he admitted last night on that stream that not only like, oh, you're good, River, you're good. I know you had to I wasn't even expecting it to go that as long as it did, So okay, so I'll answer your question in a minute, but going into the situation with this, right? The difference between Arthur, Jordan, and Eric, or Jordan and Eric, and then the difference between them and Arthur, is that Arthur openly admitted last night that he has no regrets of what has happened the last 6 months. He has never owned up to his own mistakes. He's never apologized for his own things. Now, will that do any good? Probably not. But it's a step in the right direction. Arthur has never done that. He will never admit when he is wrong. And he is wrong in this situation. So, in the case, so there's really no comparing Arthur to Jordan and Eric, not only for the fact that they've not said, like, okay, I'll put it to you this way. Arthur isn't, which is funny because again they've met and they've also apparently talked things out. Arthur is in the same. Yeah. Arthur is in the same boat as Mr. Let Me Talk. Will say the most heinous things in the world, and will never own up and apologize, and whatever. They will make excuses and pretend that they are the victim. That is the okay. I've seen you in my comments talking about Mr. Let Me Talk. Okay. Would you say that he's a few fries short of a Happy Meal? This is a comparison, but to be fair, I compared the two of them because they're both similar in that way. Now, do I really take what anything he says seriously? No. Just like when he said he was going to kill me, I don't take it seriously. That also doesn't mean I'm not going to talk things out and make amends. There's more to what he says that will, let's see, that will, like, you know, do all that. Let's see. Back when we cut Arthur off, I told him I wouldn't get involved in any way unless he made a stream running his mouth about me. And what did he do? Exactly the very thing I want. Exactly. Are you referring to Mr. Let Me Talk or Arthur? Because if you're referring to Mr. Let Me Talk, I'm not going to go into detail about it. There is a whole, well, not playlist, but there is a whole series of videos that is up on my channel. Hangman Outcast Chapter 0, Hangman Outcast Chapter 1. Let's see. Late Night with the Devil. Look back at 2025, or I can't remember what exactly it was called. You know, okay. So there's a lot. There's a lot of bullshit that has gone on. Him trying to have a chick accuse me of rape, but then was exposed for basically both of them lying by another individual by the name of Dark Horse Purge. You know, he exposed that. You know, there's a lot of fucking shit over the last really 5 years, but more so in the last year. So I could go on and on and on, but we'd be here all day, and I don't want to make this solely about him. He's probably sitting there watching, saying, "Oh yeah, you're talking about me all the time. You ain't got a life." Ooh. They're still watching. Anyway, let me read. A thing. Have I said fucked up shit about that person? Oh yeah, I'm not going. So is he. You know. And at this point, I don't even give a fuck if he ever apologizes to me. He's not getting an apology out of me. I don't give a fuck. That's just how I am. When you fucking cross too many lines, you're fucking like there ain't no coming back from that. Okay. Let's see. Yeah, I did the same thing, Adam. I did the same fucking thing where I warned him not to mention me. He could go after Sloppy, go after Zexio, they could fight their own battles. I'm not really worried about that. I saw him at the wrestling event. Dude, I gave him like the John Cena salute. If you're a wrestling fan, you kind of know what I'm referring to. That was it. I didn't like I've already crossed paths with him prior to this at a TNA show a year prior. I really don't. I already knew he wasn't going to do it. If you see some streams, he openly admitted that he was going to attack or fight me after the show, which he never did. He said this in streams before. I think it was Sloppy's stream a few months ago. So I think he made it seem like it was a bigger deal than it was. Funny enough, we did. I noticed he started making some of the old videos that we agreed to make private public, and then I didn't really say anything. Like, if you go on my channel, you haven't seen me talk about him at all. Now, on Money Stream, yeah, I did as a comparison to Arthur, because they're both very similar when they say they'll beat people up, but they won't. Now, let's see. Let me look to see. Yeah, he still runs his mouth about me, even though I hadn't said shit about him since I made that community post. I'm assuming you're referring to Arthur, Leon. Let's see. The fact me and Kevin could coexist really shows how much hate and pride Arthur is blinded by. Yeah, you could say the same thing with me and him, you know? It wasn't like a salute, like as in I was saying. It was just me basically letting him know, like, nothing but space and opportunity. You want to come in and do something? Nothing but space and opportunity. Either, like, and all that. That's basically all it was. It's more of a like a, I guess, a cocky way of looking at things. I'm out here. Don't know what happened to Roar, by the way. Yeah, fucking yeah, Roar disappeared. It's kind of weird. Told me not to mess with us. Let me talk, as if that toothless ogre would actually do anything, even if he was able to physically confront me. Yeah. Wait, Adam, is the guy in this chat? Is that Zachary? I don't know. Again, so many people have different names. So basically, even though you moved on, you still tried to start a fight. If he wanted to do something, he would have done it. He's been mentioning about fighting me for years. He's been mentioning of fighting me for years. I just got to the point where I called his bluff. But I'll throw one back at you. I could say it doesn't look good on me and my end. But here's the kicker. You know who tried to force a chick to be on the stream to accuse myself of grape? Mr. Let Me Talk. Therefore, I could take the thing about it not looking good on my end because you trust me. And plus, you may not know this FatCon94. I'm only referring to you as us because your username. Mr. Let Me Talk admitted to attempting to anally grape a woman. So just something that you may want to know, the people you hang around with. But really, that sucks. Oh, it was on. If you're referring to the one about me, it's basically a two-parter. He does that video on his channel, and then Dark Horse Purge has a video of where it's basically been debunked. So if you're gonna watch one, you gotta watch the other one. Same. And see that me and him don't have any issues currently, so I'm assuming that's a video from years ago. But anyway, enough talking about Mr. Let Me Talk. That's a topic that is getting old, if I'm being honest with you. Mocking is one thing, but discussing about it is getting old, especially when there's not. See, that one is a little bit weird because again, there's going to be no resolution to that, but there would be no resolution to begin with. I usually only just point out the fact of how much of a hypocrite he is. That's really it. FatCon94, are you Zachary Tyler Holman? Hollowman, or what the fuck your name is? Yeah, he wanted to do that, and this will be the last thing I say. He wanted to do that, and I'm like thinking, that was when the whole "Let Me Talk" meme became a thing, and I just decided to. Hey, what's up?
Hello, Jaden. This is Darkman.
Yeah, I see.
Hello?
Oh, Jesus. Shit, that ball spot's pretty bad.
Yeah.
After he chowed me multiple times, I just called his bluff. But yeah.
What's that?
No, I was answering a question in the comment section. But no more
Oh.
talking about Mr. Let Me Talk. That's a relevant topic right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, so yeah, did you see last night's stream?
Yeah, I watched the replay this morning. I was
Yeah. Yeah, I was shocked as many people tuned in and or joined because of how late it was. I wasn't even planning on really letting too many people in. I think I wasn't even shocked to see Arthur in the chat. I did block him this morning from commenting. He's not blocked from coming into streams, but he is blocked from commenting. But he because I like that's how you know it's been a minute since I've checked my mods. I actually do that right now. See who's my mods. Because I was fucking shocked. So let me see. Let me check who's still mods on my channel, who needs to be mods and who doesn't need to be mods. I usually don't have too many mods, but I want to verify who is all still mods on my channel. Let's see. I gotta sign in.
Just want a side note. Back to I'm gonna speak just a one sentence for Mr. Let Me Talk. He looks like he's in his 50s.
Yeah, yeah, and like again, like seeing him. What's the word I'm looking for? Seeing him up close and personal, you know, and all that. It is fucking. What's the best way I could describe it? It is fucking interesting
Strange.
because for a guy who is not that much older than me, he's only a few years older than me. He is fucking. He does look a lot older than he looks or than he is, you know, and that's the thing that's kind of funny to me. Okay, I'm on my. Let me go to my settings real quick. I just want to see where community moderation. What's up?
Yeah, this morning I was watching the replay on the live stream yesterday.
Wait, before you continue, I'm gonna do something real quick.
Yeah, no problem.
Okay, my apologies. Go ahead.
Oh, speaking of that live stream, I was watching this morning the replay. I love how you lecturing Arthur how to clean his laptop by using a air duster.
Yeah, because like when like again, I've had an air duster when it comes to like my consoles and stuff like that. I've like, you know, I have a fucking just regular duster that I fucking like, you know, like just anything like that, like all the outside surfaces. Even fucking just a simple napkin will help us. See, I'm looking at the chat or look at my mods right now. Okay, so so the mods are pretty. How many people do I have blocked? Actually, I'm actually curious about this. But yeah, that's what I have, Adam. I do that every few days. Sometimes if I keep it real clean, I only do it once a week, but it just depends. I'm looking to see who all I have blocked from commenting. Let's see. I just want to make sure before I do anything else, because hey, outside of like I had to take care of Arthur, everybody else was all the other mods are pretty okay in my book in terms of them keeping their things. Oh, I'll unblock him. Fuck it. Let's see. Who else do I have blocked? I'll unblock that one. And who else do I have in here? Okay, I have Arthur blocked in here. All right, so that's it. All right, so I don't have too many people blocked. All right, or not too many people that I felt like I thought I needed to unblock more people, and luckily I did not have to make as many mods. Yeah, and then also like him talking about changing the fucking kitty litter box. I'm like thinking he won't do it because he's too tired. I'm like thinking, what the fuck?
Then why
Like-
you have a cat then?
Yeah, like okay, I brought this up. Like I got a big old pit bull, right?
Mm-hmm.
And she's house trained, so I have to take her out to go to the restroom. Yes, there are times when it's tiring, especially sometimes when she does not. She's indecisive of where she wants to go. Like sometimes she'll go really quick, and then there are times where she'll go. It'll take her a few minutes to fucking find the perfect spot. So like for me, right? I don't like it sometimes can be tiring, but you know what? It like, it's the time I spend with my dog, outside of just the inside stuff and all that other stuff, and it has to be done because when she goes to the restroom, especially if she pees, it is like the Nile River. It will make a fucking mess. So like, I don't want to have to clean that up every fucking day. I don't want to have to fucking do that, like fucking and all that stuff. I want to fucking, which also reminds me, Adam, I actually actually give my dog a bath soon too. Anyway, my point is that I like to me that's even worse because then you gotta clean it, you gotta probably spray some stuff down, other bullshit. I don't want to have to do that. And it's like you change it every fucking day. I don't get it. Like if you're in a depressive rut and like you're not one to do much of anything, maybe I could understand that. Maybe I could see, because we've all been there where we just don't want to do anything. I've been in a depressive rut where nothing I do nothing I do will bring me joy, right? I've been where I came and play fucking games or watch movies. That's how you know when, like for me, when I know either that or I'm sleeping most of the day. Shit, I had a day like that last week. I had a day where I was like just down on my like dumps and all, nothing to do with YouTube. It was just fucking life stuff, and just slept the day away. So I went. I think it was the night Money did that stream with Arthur. I fucking I felt a little bit better when I came in and fucking did all that, and like I was down on my dumps that day. I just slept the day away. That doesn't happen that often, like where I get those feelings. But there are days where it's like that. But luckily, like I said, I have my wife. If she needs, like it's like if one of us is down, the other is there to pick up the slack or help get us back up to where we need to be. So I get, like, if that was Arthur's excuse, man, I'm depressed. I sleep all day when I'm not working, something like that. While, yes, you can still criticize it, I can understand it as someone who's gone through depression. However, when he openly admitted that he fucking doesn't do it because he fucking doesn't, and again, I haven't owned a cat in years, but I will tell you one thing. Their piss smells worse than if a dog urinates.
I can only imagine.
So imagine if Arthur doesn't change his litter box within a week to 2 weeks. Imagine how his fucking his apartment, kind of like what Motion the Zombie just said. I know Arthur's house smells like piss and shit. Cat piss and shit is one of the worst odors ever. Yes, funny. That's why people say to scoop the litter every day unless you have an automated litter box cleaner. Exactly. I potty train my dogs. I bathe her every 2 weeks. I keep her fed and watered. I keep her taken care of medical wise. Yeah, and that's how you're supposed to do it. That is what God forbid if somebody wanted to fucking call animal care services for fucking Arthur's cat. I just I'll put it to you this way, right? My woman wants a cat. I am not the biggest cat person. And to be fair, also, not say my woman, but some of my worst relationships were with crazy cat. One day I know me and my woman will finally make me submit, and get a cat, right? I am not like, I'll be honest, I am not looking forward to cleaning the litter box every day. I will, but I don't. But here's my thing, right? I don't own a cat. And that's one of the reasons why sometimes, because I rather own a dog because they're a little bit easier to maintain in that regard. All you gotta do is get a pad, or if you haven't house trained, take them out. So for me, it's a lot easier for me. But that's the thing. If you cannot handle, like, or if you cannot handle, or if you do not want to handle the responsibility of owning a cat, dog, what have you, then why in the fuck do you have one? That's my point here, is that I will admit that there are certain things like, but if for some reason a cat falls out of the sky into my lap right now, and I fucking okay, he's back. Yeah, you're there. Yeah, I can hear you. If a cat falls out of the sky right now and lays in my lap, and someone tells me I have to take care of the cat,
yeah,
I will take care of the cat
by accident.
Oh, you're good, man. You're good. So that's what I'm saying. You know, it's so stupid. Why are you fucking you're not taking care of the cat? Like, feeding him food and water is good, right? But if you're letting him live in filth, that really doesn't make a lick of difference. That's one of that was the most disgusting thing he mentioned last night. It's always funny when him and I always, and this is why I always talk to him a certain way, because when him and I always interact, I always get something new out of him. I get something juicy. I get something new that people will be able to mock for a while. That is why sometimes I will talk to him a certain way in these streams, because it gets him to because again, when everybody says, "Do you play video games, Arthur?" He's like, "That's a stupid question. I'm not going to answer that." But
it's a simple question.
Yes, and when I asked him that question last night, he openly said he plays a Game Boy from time to time. You know, again, like, so he is part of the problem that he preaches. You know, that is like a preacher. That is like a preacher saying, "Do not fornicate with another man's wife, thy neighbor's wife." And then that same preacher goes and fucks a fucking his neighbor's wife next door the next day. It's the same. It's like, if you can't practice what you preach, or if you can't admit, like, okay, for example, I've talked about in the past about certain people when I've criticized certain people about they live in their mama's house or whatever. I don't do it to everybody, but I do it to specific people. Mainly the people who think they know more than they actually do. And, you know, nobody could call me out on that because I don't live with my parents. Even when I was taking care of my mother was living with me. You know, so it wasn't even like, oh, well, I was like she's I'm living with her. No, she was living with me. So even with that argument, that can't fly. Like, I know Adam has talked about in the past. Like, nobody can make a comment about him living in his mom's house. He's openly admitted what that situation is. I get it. I commend it.
And why does it matter to Arthur anyway? What does he gain out of it? Who cares at this point? It doesn't bother me. As long as you're being productive, that's all that matters, not be lazy bum.
Oh yeah, there's a lot of guys that live in there with their mom's house and they don't do fuck all.
Like Lolicon Boy.
Yeah. You know, my whole point is regarding that is like, it's like okay, for example, Arthur criticizes, like, he talks about the middle class thing. Yeah, he openly admitted in that stream.
I heard about that.
He openly admitted in that stream he's middle class. So
and he claims he hangs with rich people.
Yes, like, your family could be rich. Like, I'll tell you a story.
Sure.
I'm not really close with my with my uncle and aunt, right? And it goes into a more deeper meaning behind it that I'm not going to go into. But one thing I really like, we're a very like my family is like from like my mom's side's like from like Virginia, right? That's where like where my mom's side originates from. My dad's side more so originates from Texas and West Virginia, right? So we're a very southern family, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like very military, ex-military base, all this other stuff, right? Like I grew up kind of like half and half. I had a very a great upbringing, but also I did as I got older, I did mess around like in the streets and all that because I wanted, like, I was somebody who I wanted to be all rounded. You know, I didn't want to be fucking a spoiled, like, and it wasn't even rich. We weren't even like, I would say we were probably like, I would say we were above middle class. We weren't like
you can
up
put
in
it
the
that
upper
way.
yeah, we were above that. But my point is, my uncle, right? Him and his family is very rich. They when they were still living here in Texas, whenever we went to go see them, they had a nice fucking house, like fucking with a golf course and everything. That was probably one of the rare times I saw somebody who had that much, like, I guess, square feet in regards to space, right? It was fucking wild.
Yeah, I've
But
seen
they-
it before in Texas. Yeah. Jane? Hello?
To my uncle was trying to get away from the family's name. My dad's side of most of my dad's, like my dad and my half siblings, because I do have half siblings. I've never even met one of them. I've not even talked about one, but they didn't have great upbringings, a lot of crime and drugs and all this other shit, right? Never even graduated high school. I am the first person in my father's lineage, in terms of like his kids, to have graduated high school and to have done great to great for myself, right? And that's something I'm proud of. And it wasn't, and you know, if one day I win the lottery, I'm not going to forget where I came from. I have openly said, if I won like $1 million right now, I would probably still stay in the place I'm at. Or if anything, I would stay maybe at a maybe a slightly nicer apartment. Why? Because I want to be smart with my money. I'm not going to be one of these guys who spends tens of millions of dollars on fun. Like, okay, I'll give you a good example. John Cena. John Cena is going to be here in San Antonio in June. There's going to be an autograph signing. The tickets are going on sale Tuesday. Very curious how much it's going to be. I've stated that if it was like under 100, maybe 150 for a picture, I may actually bite the bullet on that if I can. But if it's like 300, 200, like I think the Undertaker one time was $300 to meet him. No, thank you. And I'm sure he's not going to be 100 to 150 for a picture. That's probably going to be some fucking serious cash. But my point is, regarding all that, is I like to be smart with my money. But also, and I have rich friends. See, that would be okay. That would be something that
would be wise.
Yeah, that would be like if I decide to stay at my apartment complex, right? I would probably pay 20 years rent, because unless they could try to weasel some new clause in, I don't have to worry about fuck all. I don't have to worry. If anything, if they decide to do something with the internet or do this, that, and the third, that's one thing. But I don't have to worry about fuck all for at least 20 years. I like, in a way, I've never, like, literally, I would only have to work small jobs just to fucking making money to get groceries and all that, because I've got a good amount of shit that I really don't need to spend it on bullshit. Like, for example, I got some big checks the last few weeks, and they weren't just due to income tax or whatever. I spent a good amount of money on bullshit. I bought some shirts. I bought some fucking. I mainly focus on like buying clothes, some new clothes for me. But even then, I went to fucking. I don't go to like American Eagle. I don't go to fucking. I can make myself like this is what I was trying to tell Arthur. I can make myself look rich. I'm Zachary Tuck. I like to get buck naked. Anyway, no one block him. Let him be in the chat for a little bit. Anyway, I have made it where I can like I'll put it to you this way. I have worked in the past. I've worked at dishwashing jobs. I've been able, and my woman knows this, so she's not going to get mad when I say this. I have hooked up with fucking bank managers. I have hooked up with hotel managers. I'm talking classy hotel managers, not our hotels. I'm not talking about like Motel 6 manager type shit. I'm talking about well-known banks. You know, like I have like laid in bed with some hood rats, and I have laid in bed with some fucking classy ass motherfuckers. You can even see my very high paying place. You know, it's the idea, and it's what I was trying to tell Arthur last night. You gotta look the part, and when you have a booger hanging out of your fucking nose and you're fucking not well groomed, you fucking. It's like I've told Jordan, J-Man in the past. If I ever get a bald spot, like maybe if it's not 100% noticeable, but if it's like an Arthur bald spot, I'm going to shave it. I'm going to keep it shaved. Or I know I can rock the bald head. I've done it before, or numerous times.
Or if you want to get more hair, go get hair transplant like Bosley.
Yeah. No, honestly, if I ever started to lose my hair, I would shave it off. Just because it's not really the like hell. When I shaved my head a few years ago, I was worried because of the fact that when the most time I was getting a lot of women was when I had my long hair. So I was worried that if I fucking cut it off, I thought that was going to affect it. Because, you know, women like a man with a long hair. That I'm not surprised. You still need to shave it off. This is not a fucking me talking shit. It's just me just stating the obvious. Anyway. No, I still wasn't hurting in the women department with the bald head. So that's what I'm saying. You know, you gotta, because it wasn't just the hair, it was the personality, it was the charisma, it was a fucking looking the part. And Arthur, if ever he's trying to get rich friends, which he never will, the only way he would get a rich friend if it was a Make-A-Wish guy who was like, you know what, this is my Make-A-Wish donation, is to be your friend right now. That is literally the only way he would actually have someone of wealth to be his friend. Because he wears shirts 2 sizes too big.
Yeah, the black shirt.
His apartment probably smells like fucking piss and shit, cat piss and shit.
Yep.
Which is hard to get rid of. You know, he doesn't keep himself well groomed.
He looked like a homeless man from the New York City subway.
Yes. And if any of those people saw the videos he does, the shit he talks about, they wouldn't, because it would be bad for their image. Like look at it this way. If I was running a business, right?
Mm-hmm.
And if Arthur was one of my clients, and him acting the way he does on the daily, I would have no choice but to fire him. I don't give a fuck if he's retarded. I don't give a fuck if it anything any other reason. He's fucking acting like a fool and he's making my company look bad. Like, trust me. There are times where I wish I could remove him from my past streams. However, I cannot, and I'm not going to private them or delete them just for that reason, because it was what I knew at that time. I have been, yes, and working, and then also handling events and all that sort of stuff. So that's you know what? That's it. Well, I can't. Okay, so I can't really. There are certain places I could hire and fire people, but some places you can't. But in that regard, I can do that with, like, if that's a good example. If Arthur was working in my fucking place and if it made my brand. Now, usually I don't give a fuck what you do on your free time. You could snort crack. You could smoke weed. You could drink till you're fucking blue in the face. I don't give a fuck. Whatever you do on your free time is none of my concern. What is bad, though, is if you... No, actually, no. Doing events basically means I do them every like anywhere there's events. So basically I have some people that are like that, even that we work. Sometimes we work different, a specific venue, but we work multiple places. So it's kind of like freelance, except you are head of certain things regarding that. That's the best way I can describe it. Right now, I was originally supposed to work Wednesday, but I decided to take that day off because I just need to. Because I really, believe it or not, ever since, because I was on excursion, basically, as I called it, last month. I was working basically the entirety of the San Antonio Stock Show and Rodeo. That was I worked a grand total of 19 days straight. Oh, that's cool. I worked a grand total of 19 days straight. I worked. Yes.
Hey,
But
hey,
what's
Jaden,
up?
sorry to interrupt, but yeah, I gotta go. I gotta clock
Yeah,
out.
you're good, man. You're good. Yeah,
So
I'll be
we'll
in
talk
this
later?
stream a little bit later, but yeah.
All right, take care, man.
Yeah, you too, man. But I was working the San Antonio Stock Show and Rodeo for fucking 19 days straight, including 4 or 5 doubles. I can't recall when exactly. It was either 4 or 5. The point is that I was working nonstop. And when I got done with it, I thought, man, I'm going to have some free time. But even when I didn't, I had to take care of some stuff. Was getting paid. Had to go take care of some stuff. Yada, yada, yada. So I had some vacation time in my backlog. So I decided to take the week, most of the week off. I go back in the weekend. What's up, Mason? How you doing, man? Man, you missed a hell of a stream last night. I know it was late, but yeah. Arthur admitted he doesn't fucking clean his cat litter box after he only cleans it every few weeks. I'm not bullshitting, by the way. But yeah, so anyway, going back to it, right? I took today's my yesterday was my first day, but I don't go back into Saturday. I'm enjoying myself, fucking catching up on some rest, catching up on some fucking other stuff. Gotta take care of some stuff. I mentioned last night that I'm planning on getting some dental work done soon. So that way I look all nice and shiny for my wedding. And also so that may impact my appearance on streams for a little bit. My hope is it won't impact it when the Outcast comes back at the end of May, but we'll see. So, but yeah. Anywho, so yeah, so I do all like it's basically wherever they need me, whatever places. Because also I could pick what places I need to go. Like I know like soon I'll be able to pick a good amount of events for April. Right, Spurs are hitting the playoffs. Hopefully we get the win. It's my hope. That's my hope. Yeah. But anyway, as long as Wimby stays healthy, that's all that matters. I think that the wedding, that one is still being like we're still kind of on and off where we want to go. We thought of New Orleans, we've thought of Salem, we've thought of Vegas, and I could talk about this because it's something I've not really been like I've not been opposed to talk about. So like if anybody would be like, oh well, you're giving too much information. I'm like, no. Like I work for like for example, the company I work for is completely it's not like I could post like, oh yeah, I'm working this event, but I'm not work like and all that. And plus, again, but yeah, like that's still kind of as much as I would like for us to have a precise location. That's something that we're kind of still looking into. I heard like the Spurs are supposed to be facing the Heat tonight, so that's gonna be interesting. I always say the one game I'm worried about is if we make it to the finals and we face the Lakers. I feel like the Lakers are going to give us a run for our money. It's funny because for years, and that was a deal breaker with some relationships. I never wanted to get married, you know, and I call her the wife now, but just because I'm used to saying it. But like her and we I don't know, it was just something that but we don't want to have like an ordinary wedding. We're trying to get like a satanic wedding, shit like that, all that other stuff. But nonetheless, we it was something I thought about. And me and her were kind of in the same boat where we didn't want to get married at first. And then just things changed and I realized that this woman I want to spend the rest of my life with. I just um I've been with her long enough to where I don't see, granted you never know in 10, 15, 20 years, but I've been with her long enough to where like literally we've almost been together 2 years. My first marriage, I did everything wrong. Got the bitch knocked up, got the fucking married within not long of or engaged, got engaged not long after getting together, stuff like that. I was young, stupid, naive, all that good stuff. I was like 19, 20. You know, I wasn't really, I still wasn't seasoned, if you will. Nowadays, I'm 31. I am really, I feel like I've done a lot of things right in regards to everything that's gone on, stuff like that. And this one's different. In a way, you kind of always got to have that startup marriage, if you will. Oh yeah, that is true. What about kids? If that ever were to happen, again, something else we also openly said we weren't gonna do at first, but if it happens, it happens. We're not like going guns blazing about it, but if it ever happens, if it doesn't happen, it's not gonna affect anything. So that's the idea about kids. But yeah, so like I said, to wrap everything up, because I'm gonna go back into gaming in a little bit. Maybe I'll do a gaming stream sometime this week. I do have some, even though I am off, I do have work related stuff I gotta do on Wednesday. Luckily, nothing I have to leave my home for. So hopefully, maybe I could do a gaming with the devil this week. Maybe I'll do one for 2K26, as long as the game doesn't have a save. Yeah, I've known him for like, I met him in the fall of 2020. He's been saying he's getting married for that time. So even as far back as that. I never think he's gonna get married. His woman was fucking homeless and her kids got taken away, and he didn't even offer her a place to stay. He literally had to come and beg me and others, including Mr. Let Me Talk, for money for a fucking hotel room. And apparently, again, that woman is a gold digging whore, from my understanding. So he's never going to get married to that woman. I personally don't think he'll ever get married. Not even a plane ticket. You know what's funny though? If he asked for a plane ticket to get his woman to him, I'm not saying I would have helped him. I probably wouldn't have, because I always I've never been asked for, like, I've had friends of mine, in the past. Hey, can you spare this? Can you spare that? If they're like real life friends, if I have the money to give or whatever, I don't mind doing that. Sometimes I'll ask them to pay me back, sometimes I won't. But like, if it's someone if it's someone I've never met in person and someone that I probably will never meet in person, don't be asking me for fucking money. But at least with that, I could have been like, okay, well, I will, take it under consideration. I probably still wouldn't have done it, but at least that's admirable, because you're trying to get her to you, and she doesn't have to worry about a damn thing. I have to worry about paying rent right now or whatever else. I get that. But yeah, that's something that, because I guarantee the amount, because he was asking like $200. I guarantee the amount he was asking for, I'm sure that would have fucking went to that could have paid for a plane ticket. I think a plane ticket from here to California would cost a few hundred. Maybe not round trip, but yeah. But yeah, so I may do a Gaming with the Devil on Wednesday. I may or may not. I don't know. I'm gonna be busy tomorrow night with Popcorn Panel and all that. Yeah, I don't want to. I like, okay. For example, I would have, even if I was cool with Arthur, and if I went to Vegas, I would not make effort to go see him. There's certain people, even if they're in the city, there's certain people that I would not take time to meet if I was in there. Like if I was in fucking Chicago, I'd go link up with fucking Mr. Money. I'd go link up with ITB. If I was in, if I'm trying to go another place. I would never really be in Michigan, but if I was in Michigan, I go link up with Cabal. Of course, Dragon I've seen in person. He's come down here. If I'm up in Cali, I'd go see him. I'd go see Slick Link. New York, I don't know too many people in New York. Well, actually, no, I do. I do. I know Victor, my co-host for the Popcorn Panel. He lives up there. I would probably go see him. There'd be a few people I'll probably go up and see in New York. But again, that would probably not be the main reason why I go up there. That would just be, hey, if you're free, I'm here. Let's go hang out, or let's go. Oh, cool, Dark Matt. Yeah, like if I was up there and if you hit me up, say, hey, you want to meet at fucking, I don't know, Times Square or some shit? Yeah, sure. Let's go do that. But whenever I get that, I don't miss it, and you're probably the first person I've noticed that have said they've missed it. I pointed out a lot of the reasons why the majority don't miss it. According to Jordan, this is coming from Will. Tom didn't have X, so we're kind of back at square one with that. So I don't know. Now, unfortunately, drama will never end. That's an unfortunate reality of this community. However, outside of the Arthur stuff, and Mr. Let Me Talk, it has been very peaceful. We have not had. Some of those were good. I will say that. I think the one I did with James Ellsworth was good. I wish I was still up. I felt like that was one of their better interviews. Most likely. He could have came in, and I like he's not allowed to chat, but he can still come in. Like that's the thing, I don't like I said, there's only one person that's not allowed to come in. That's fucking what's his name? Eric Melendez. So I would say if anybody has a fucking problem or has anything, even just something they want to conversate, or in the case of Arthur, talk things out. It may not end in your favor, but hey, you got. He is not. That is a fair point from what I've gathered. He is not. He's made community posts, and so have I. And he did make that one. He did showcase that one TikTok stream just in his mind to prove a point, which I've openly stated that. What was it? When I saw him, he went one way, and when he was leaving, he went the complete opposite way. Like he bolted. He went as far away from me as possible, which good on him. And to be fair, it is not the fact that you don't have to make streams or videos. That doesn't really but if you open your mouth and talk some shit, by the way, Dragon, if you open your mouth and talk some shit, better expect a receipt in turn. That's just how it is. Besides, if he did make a stream, I would gladly go and confront him, but he's too much of a chick of shit to allow me in. Oh, I get that. What was I going to say though? Yeah, we'll be talking. I do have a review of Terrifier on this channel. I think it's also on David's channel too. I don't know. From 3 years ago. But of course I'm going to rewatch it, maybe have a different mindset on it. I'm really more interested in what Victor and the others are going to say if they've never seen it. So yeah, that's going to be an interesting episode. Part of me wants to pick Terrifier 2 if I win the next ranking. I think we're doing Tom Cruise. And maybe I will. It will give me an excuse to watch the 4K again. Terrifier 2. It's usually between Terrifier and 2 and 3. Some days I love Terrifier 2 more. Some days I love Terrifier 3 more. It very much depends. But anyway. But yeah, so that's the thing. But yeah, unfortunately, drama. Usually the only thing that changes is the faces. That's usually the only thing that changes. But with that being said, guys, I do appreciate everybody for checking in and listening in on this. This is a good stream. Went about as long as I wanted it to. Thank you to Dark Matt for coming in and providing some feedback on certain things. Shout out to Mostly Zombie, Joker, or Dragon. No, he's not. But we'll definitely link up on next time he goes live. So we'll definitely do that. I'm just glad things were good after that. That's the most important thing. I don't want I never want to lose money as a friend on this channel and just in general because he's a good guy. Like the last time we had a falling out, it was dumb on my end, and luckily we were able to mend fences. And so that's something that I want like I don't want us to be in that situation again, because it's Money's a good guy. He's always been a good supporter of the thing. Really nothing, if I'm being honest with you. Like he's a topic of conversation now because of the fact that he's still doing some stupid shit like what he did with Adam earlier, like at the beginning of the stream that he mentioned. But like at previous times, he will fade away into obscurity until he decides to stick his old ass ugly head back up and have to be made an example again. That's basically what will happen. He'll fade off into obscurity like he usually does. He false flagged his post. So yeah. But anyway, I thank everybody for watching. Like I said, I'm gonna go back and play 2K26. I'm almost done with the Ringside Pass Season 1. Luckily, I took my time because we have like a few weeks until the next one comes out. I think was it before WrestleMania? WrestleMania is in the middle of April, so yeah. So with that being said, guys, I guess. See, I'm at the point where I just don't care, about the. If it was going to happen, it would have happened years ago. He said he would go to my place. He said he would do this. He would say that. The only thing he's done regarding me and my place is he was the one that was sending pizzas to my place within the last year. Mr. Let Me Talk. He was sending pizzas. I confirmed and exposed that late last year. We all know he's not about that life. But with that said, guys, trying to think. Yeah, that's about it. So yeah. So I want to give a shout out to everybody in the chat. Dragon, Fat Kong 94, Motion Zombie, Dark Matt. Let's see. Nick Infante, Mr. Dirt Mason. Let's see. Who else? Adam. Who else was in here? Kevin Daddy, Leon, River was in here, Romanoff. I think that was it. I don't think I missed anybody. Let me just double check. Nope, that's it. It's on my community post. You probably have to go very far down, but yeah, it's there. I don't think I deleted it. But let me look at my top 3 fans real quick before we end this. My top 3 fans, number 3, Romanoff, number 2, FatCon 94, and number 1, believe, it's Dark Matt. Just wanted to verify. Anyway, we'll see when next time I go live. Like I said, if I can, I want to try to go live sometime this coming week. So that way I can talk about, or maybe Wednesday I could do some gameplay, gaming stream. I haven't done that in a while. Outside of that, check me out tomorrow night on the Popcorn Pound podcast, where we'll be talking about the finale of the Dark Knight trilogy, the Christopher Nolan Batman trilogy, The Dark Knight Rises, 7 p.m. Central Standard Time on Network 3000. I will, of course, share the link when we go live. With that, bid you all adieu, and ta-ta for now. Take care, guys.